Hello and welcome back to another Dare to Game video. Today I'm playing Farming Simulator 25 and we're doing another simple video. Today it's going to be ranking the top 10 most powerful medium class tractors. So this is going to be, our primary consideration here is of course going to be horsepower. As a secondary we'll consider weight, so that way if you're looking for extra abilities in tillage and everything, I find that, you know, a heavier tractor works better for them, or at least maybe that's just my experience. And then as a tiebreaker, because we do have several that will fall in exactly the same horsepower rating, then we'll consider price. If there's no discrepancies in any of those factors, then, you know, they'll just go in order according to whatever. I already made the list, so that's the order they'll be going in. If you haven't seen any of the other videos, we've looked at the small class, and in the small class of tractors, we did a top 10 most powerful and then a value one. So if you have any recommendations or requests, anything that you'd like to see, please let me know down in the comment section below. I do have all of the information that I'm using for these videos compiled in spreadsheets, so I can access it at any time. So if there's a topic you want to see, let me know. But with all that being said, let's just dive on into it. So starting us off at number 10, we have the New Holland T7.270. This is a 271 horsepower tractor with a continuously variable transmission, a 390 liter fuel tank, 31 miles per hour for our top speed, 7.3 tons for our weight, and a price or starting price of $258,000. So obviously an expensive tractor, especially for, you know, the range, but 271 horsepower does give you a lot of versatility in this game. I find the vast majority of the work that I do in the game, since I'm not trying to farm the world, I like to run dairy operations or mid-sized cash crop operations, that the 271 to 300 horsepower range is definitely big enough to be considered the big horse on a lot of farms. So with all that being said, the New Holland T7.270 is our 10th tractor, or the 10th biggest in the medium class. Let's move on to the 9th. And at number 9 we have our red New Holland. So it's funny, and I'm glad that that Farming Simulator actually handles this well, because as pretty much everybody knows, Case IH tractors and New Holland tractors, they're like running off the same assembly line. They're just painted a different color. Of course, in real life, the prices are also different, so only the intelligent buyer knows which one to buy between the two identical tractors that are just painted different colors, and one is cheaper than the other. But with all that being said, the Case IH Puma 240 CVX drive tractor has a 199 kilowatt and 271 horsepower engine, variable transmission, 390 liter fuel capacity, 31 mile per hour top speed, 7.3 tons for the weight, and is $258,000. So like I said, identical to the New Holland, except this one is red. So that is our number 9 most powerful medium tractor. Let's move on to number 8. And at number 8, we have a Valtra. This is the T255 Active. It is a 199 kilowatt, 271 horsepower tractor, has a manual and power shift transmission, 380 liter fuel capacity, 31 miles per hour top speed, and a 7.3 ton weight rating. This one is $201,000. So very, very similar to the last two, but this one is cheaper. So if I'm choosing one in the 270 horsepower range or whatever, you know, I'm getting this one. So that's why I rated the Valtra higher than both the Case and the New Holland, because, you know, it looks very, very similar. This one, of course, is white, but stat-wise, it's the same. It's just cheaper. So that is why the Valtra comes in, or the Valtra T255 Active comes in at number 8. Let's move on to number 7. At number 7, we have the McCormick X8 629 VT drive. This is a 210 kilowatt, 286 horsepower engine, variable or CVT transmission, which basically means it drives like an automatic. You just put it in gear and drive, and it always gives you exactly the gear that you need. It has a 550 liter fuel capacity, 31 mile per hour top speed, and weighs 11 tons. And all that costs you $269,200. So that is the McCormick X8 629. That one comes in, like I said, at number 7. Let's move on to number 6. At number 6, we have our first Deutz-Fahr on the list, the Deutz-Fahr Series 8 TTV. This one is a 211 kilowatt, 287 horsepower engine, variable transmission on this one, 505 liter fuel capacity, 37 mile per hour top speed, so it's a zippy little guy, and weighs 9.5 tons. And that one is also $268,000. Or I shouldn't say also, because it's $1,000 or a little over $1,000 cheaper than the McCormick. So definitely a pretty powerful tractor, and it's always cool to have a Deutz-Fahr running in the field. So that is the Series 8 TTV, which comes in at number 6. Let's move on to number 5. At number 5, we have a Steyr tractor. This one is a 222 kilowatt, 302 horsepower engine, has a variable transmission, 390 liter fuel capacity, has a top speed of 31 miles per hour, and weighs 7.3 tons. And it costs $270,500. So slightly more expensive than our last two, and a little bit bigger. So like I said, our Deutz Series 8 was 287. This one's 302. So it gives us a nice horsepower boost to get up over the 300 horsepower range. So honestly, I don't know much about Steyr tractors. tractors, but, you know, they work in the game. So this one is our 5th most powerful. Let's move on to number 4. At number 4, we have another blue one. So this is our new Holland T7.300 coming in at number 4 with a 222 kilowatt, 302 horsepower engine, a continuously variable transmission, 390 liter fuel capacity, top speed of 31 miles per hour, and a weight of 7.3 tons. And that is for a total price of $270,500. So same price as our Steyr, but we have a blue tractor instead. So that one is why, for the same horsepower and same price, we've got this one at number 4. Coming in at number 3, we have, once again, our red New Holland. So it's the IH Puma 260 CVX drive. This one is the same stuff. It's all the same. 220 kilowatt, 222 kilowatt engine, 302 horsepower, variable transmission, 390 liter fuel capacity, 31 mile per hour top speed, 7.3 ton weight, and the price of $270,500. So, like I said, our Steyr Absolut 6280, our New Holland T7.300, and our IH Puma 260 CVX drive are all the same price and the same horsepower. So basically, you're just picking your color here. I considered not including all three, but I figured if I did, a fan of one of the brands would be like, why didn't you put the case there instead of the New Holland or whatever? And so that's why all three of them took up spaces, even though they're identical tractors. So that is number 3. Let's move on to number 2. At number 2, we have the Fendt 728 Vario coming in with a commanding lead over those last 3. Instead of having 302 horsepower, this one has 303. It's basically how Ford made all of their engines in the, I think it was the 90s, 1 cubic inch bigger than the Chevy engine, so they always had that. So anyway, this one for the engine, we have 223 kilowatts, 303 horsepower. It's a CVT transmission, 450 liter fuel capacity, 37 mile per hour top speed, 8.8 tons for the weight, and costs $282,500. So I love Fendt tractors. I think they look really cool. In real life, they're obviously excellent, well-made tractors, some of the best you can get as far as, modern liquid-cooled stuff goes. And this one is our second biggest or second most powerful one in the medium tractor class in Farming Simulator 25. So that's our Fendt 728 Vario. Let's move on to our number 1 most powerful tractor in the medium class. And at our number 1, our big horse in this one, we have the McCormick X8 631 VT drive. This one is a 228 kilowatt, 310 horsepower tractor with a continuously variable transmission, 550 liter fuel capacity, top speed of 31 miles per hour, and a weight of 11 tons. This one coming in for a total price of $277,000. So it's actually cheaper than the Fendt and has more horsepower. So as far as if you want a big horse in the medium class, this one is obviously a pretty good value, being cheaper than some of the smaller ones and having 310 horsepower. So not bad, I would say. I'm not familiar with the McCormick brand. It's funny in my head because when I think of McCormick, I think of the company that was bought out by International Harvester early on. Or at least I believe that's one of the companies that IH bought to form IH. But with all that being said, not bad. And size-wise, again, very, very useful. A lot of things you can do with 310 horsepower in this game. But that is it for the medium class, at least for the top 10 most powerful tractors in the medium class. I hope you enjoyed this video, or found it useful, or whatever the case may be. But that's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching another Dare to Game video. If you liked this video, please leave a like and a comment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content and would like to support this channel, consider becoming a member today for as little as $1.99 a month. It makes a huge difference. But in any case, thanks for watching and have a nice day. I'll see you next time.